Around the world, certain cities have become synonymous with danger, lawlessness, and fear. Urban landscapes are often marked by high rates of violence, deep-rooted corruption, and a sense of chaos that permeates daily life. In these cities, survival is a constant struggle where the most basic systems meant to protect citizens have crumbled under the weight of socio-economic pressures. To this episode of Truth Quest Documentaries, where we take a deep dive into the world's most dangerous cities, we will explore the systemic issues that plague them: rampant crime, corruption, and the chaos that dictates life on the streets. Join us as we embark on this journey to uncover the truth about McIntyre's world's toughest town. Dangerous cities do not emerge overnight. They are shaped over decades by a combination of political, economic, and social factors. The landscape of these cities is often marked by extreme poverty, unemployment, and a complete collapse of social services. When opportunity and employment dry up, many individuals turn to crime as a means of survival. In such environments, the absence of effective governance creates a power vacuum, allowing criminal. In these cities, fear becomes the primary currency of daily life. For many residents, the line between right and wrong blurs as they navigate a landscape dominated by gangs, drug cartels, and corrupt officials. Crime often becomes a way of life, shaping the culture and social dynamics of urban centers. Understanding the roots of violence and chaos in these cities requires a closer examination of the systemic issues at play, as well as the personal stories of those who call these dangerous places home. Our journey begins in Caracas, Venezuela, a city that was once celebrated as a thriving metropolis and a beacon of opportunity in Latin America. Today, however, it stands as one of the most dangerous cities in the world, gripped by violence and economic despair. The collapse of the Venezuelan economy is a key factor contributing to the city's current state. Years of mismanagement, rampant corruption, and an over-reliance on oil exports have resulted in hyperinflation of the currency and rendering it nearly worthless. The average Venezuelan struggles to access basic necessities such as food, water, and medicine, leading to widespread desperation and civil unrest. Violent crime has become an unfortunate reality. Homicides, armed robbery, kidnappings occur daily, instilling fear in the hearts of residents. Criminal gangs have gained significant power, controlling entire neighborhoods and operating with little fear of law enforcement. The most notorious among these gangs is El Tren de Aragua, a criminal organization that has extended its reach throughout the city. They engage in drug trafficking and the police force, weakened by years of corruption and underfunding, is often unable or unwilling to intervene. Many officers are implicated in criminal activities themselves, actively participating in the drug trade. For ordinary citizens, the reality is grim. Safety few can afford. In Caracas, even simple acts like walking down the street can carry life-threatening consequences. The city is not just a location of high crime, it has become a symbol of a country in crisis, struggling to cope with the fallout of political corruption and economic collapse. Next, we travel to Cape Town, South Africa, a city renowned for its breathtaking landscapes and vibrant cultural scene. Yet, beneath this beauty lies a stark reality. Cape Town is home to some of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the world. Areas such as Manenberg, Lavender Hill, and Hanover Park are rife with gang violence, and the statistics tell a grim story. Cape Town has one of the highest murder rates in South Africa, with many victims falling prey to the ongoing battles between rival gangs. The root causes of this violence are deeply entrenched in the socio-economic landscape of South Africa, despite the end of apartheid, significant disparities persist between and impoverished townships. In many cases, the legacy of segregation continues to shape access, education, healthcare, and employment opportunities for the youth in these. The allure of gang life can be enticing. Gangs often provide a sense of belonging and identity, along with financial incentives that legal employment struggle. The illegal drug trade is a primary driver of gang violence in Cape Town. Powerful syndicates control the distribution of narcotics, leading to fierce territorial disputes that into violence. Law enforcement in Cape Town faces an uphill battle in combating gang-related crime. This force is often criticized for its heavy-handed tactics, and allegations of corruption further complicate the situation. Some officers have been known to collaborate with gangs, undermining the trust between law enforcement and the community. In the townships, residents are caught in a cycle of violence and fear. Daily life is a constant struggle for safety, with many families living in homes marked by the scars of violence. Community and activists work tirelessly to implement programs aimed at providing support and opportunities for the youth, yet the challenges remain immense as Cape Town grapples with its dual identity as a tourist hotspot and a city plagued by crime. The stories of its residents reveal the urgent need for meaningful change. We then shift our focus to Chicago, a city that has long been embroiled in discussions about crime and violence, often referred to as Chirac, a portmanteau of Chicago and Iraq. The city is viewed as a microcosm of urban violence in America. While Chicago boasts world-class architecture, vibrant cultural institutions, it also harbors some of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the United States, where gun violence has reached alarming levels. The roots of violence in Chicago are complex, intertwined with a history of segregation, inequality, and political corruption. Neighborhoods such as Englewood and Austin have become synonymous with gun violence, where shootings and homicides occur with distressing. The city grapples with a deeply embedded gang culture that has been nurtured over decades. For many young people in these communities, joining a gang provides not only a sense of identity but also a means of survival in an environment where opportunities are limited. The illegal drug trade is a significant contributor to Chicago's violence. Rival gangs engage in fierce battles for control of lucrative territories, leading to a cycle of retaliation that claims countless lives each year. Law enforcement faces significant challenges in addressing the violence, with criticism often aimed at the police for their response to crime in marginal allegations of racial profiling, police brutality, and corruption have further between law enforcement and residents. Efforts to combat gun violence in Chicago have included community programs designed to provide resources and support for at-risk, but the challenges are formidable. Examine these dangerous cities, it becomes clear that the issues they face are not isolated. The patterns of crime, corruption, and chaos are interconnected, revealing a global crisis that transcends borders. The most dangerous cities serve as cautionary tales for others. The potential consequences of neglecting social and economic inequalities, the impact of corruption cannot be overstated. In these cities, citizens often feel trapped in a cycle of despair. The fear of violence looms large, and the lack of faith in government institutions only exacerbates the problem. Many residents find themselves in a constant struggle for safety, their daily lives marked by uncertainty and danger. The stories from these cities reveal not just the challenges of crime and corruption, but also the resilience of those who dare to hope for a better future. Community organizations, activists, and ordinary citizens are working tirelessly to combat the of crime and corruption, often at great personal risk. In conclusion, the exploration of the world's most dangerous cities sheds light on the complex interplay of factors that contribute to their decline: Caracas, Cape Town, and Chicago exchanges faced by urban centers struggling with crime, corruption, and chaos. Yet amidst the darkness, there are glimmers of hope, efforts by community leaders, activists, and citizens who refuse to accept the status quo. The path to recovery is undoubtedly long and fraught with obstacles, but it begins with acknowledging the root causes of these issues and committing to meaningful change. As we continue to document these stories, we invite you to join us on this journey to uncover the truth about our world's toughest towns.